Saltier66 from Utah, USA asks,
Koreans seem to be very focused on age and respecting their elders, even if it's only a 1-year difference. Does this make it difficult to make friends, and have we made any mistakes that seem disrespectful?
Okay, this is a really good question, actually. Definitely something you face a lot in Korea.
We've got this email tons of times.
Yeah. So I think it really depends on the Korean person. Let's say you meet someone who's like really interested in making foreign friends and they're kind of already into foreign culture. They'll totally scrap the Korean like hierarchy of like names and age and marriage, and they'll just like right away be like, hey, what's up? My name is Momomo, great to meet you.
But those are really with the foreignized Koreans, the Korean people that have had a lot of experience with foreign people, and they don't try to hold foreigners to Korean standards.
Yeah, maybe they lived overseas and they kind of have gotten used to that already.
So other Koreans who don't have a lot of experience with foreigners will be noticeably uncomfortable when it comes to dealing with them, and they will ask, you know, what's your age and what's your marital status, so that they could try to understand what position they should have with you.
Yeah, and a lot of foreigners that first come to Korea might feel offended. Like, we know people have said things like, oh, that's weird, like, why would you ask my age, or like, why would you ask if I'm single or married? But they're not at all trying to be offensive. This is just how Korean society works.
So they can know what to say to you afterwards, how to address you, so on and so forth. Now, because this is a little bit confusing, we actually found a really useful video about this by Dr. What the heck's the friggin' name?
Is it filming? Is it on? I don't like these.
It's filming.
It's filming. Hello, I am Dr. What the heck's the friggin' name? And today we will talk about honorifics and honorific name systems in the Korean cultures. Learning the correct honorific name to call the Korean friends can be stressful, but I shall break it down for you and make it easier for you to understand. Roll the film! So first, if you meet someone who is in this school with you, the person who is a grade above you, he is called your sunbae. And it doesn't matter if you are a boy or a girl, this is a gender neutral one. Since you're younger than them though, you are a junior, and they will describe you as their hube. We saw this being used a lot in the drama Boys Before Flowers between Gumjandi and Jiho! Hey! You! Stop dreaming about the flower boys and pay attention to me! But let's say you go out and you talk a lot together and you drink the soju and you drink the beer and these things. If you become closer friends, perhaps your sunbae might feel uncomfortable being called sunbae all the time, since it represents both the age gap and authority over the other person. In that case, they can change their honorific label to one that represents closeness, but still maintains the age divide. For example, between the girls, sunbae to hube, when they get closer, she says, hey, call me 언니. And between two guys, when they get the closer, he might say, hey, call me hyung. Between the older girl and the younger guy, she might say, call me 누나. And between the older guy and the younger girl, he might say, call me oppa. So you can see that between the age gap, there is always an implicit barrier reminding you that you can never really be, what is that word, BFFs. Now I hope you can understand the importance of the Korean label system. Now let's continue on to my next lecture, the importance between Gumjandi, Jiho, and the relationship between Gujeongkyo and its curly hair. He's so dreamy.
Huh? What? Is it over?
Huh?
That girl's so boring.
Oh, that was a long video.
She's pretty though.
She's got a mustache. She's not pretty at all. You take it back.
I like her.
So the whole like honorific name thing is usually broken down specifically to do with age and position in like a company. Those are like the two big ones, I think, right?
But it's not just for like naming people, it's also for like how you're supposed to interact with that person as a result.
Especially with drinking.
So as soon as you know the person's age, and you know exactly what you should be doing with them.
So it was my first couple weeks in Korea, and we were going for hweshik, and hweshik is basically like when your whole like staff goes out for a group supper together, and it's supposed to be kind of like a bonding experience. It's not like a meeting or anything.
Team building exercise 99.
It was my first time to meet my principal like face to face at dinner, and he wanted me to sit across from him. So I was like a little bit nervous and flustered, but I had read so many books on Korean culture before coming here. So when he poured me soju, because he's older than me and he's my principal, I should be super respectful. So I made sure to like hold my cup either with two hands or supporting at the bottom. You have to like show that sign of respect. And everyone was impressed, like, wow, Martina knows. And I was like, And right away, I took the bottle, I poured in his glass, because you should do back and forth like that. Everyone was like, whoa,
Very
Martina
nice.
knows. And And then the big bomb came. So everyone was like, one shot. And everyone started to like turn away from the principal. But I just took the shot straight, like staring at him, you know, like.
What you gonna do, boy?
Like
I'm gonna drink this soju, and then I'm gonna shoot you in your face.
I felt like a cowboy, like staring him down or something.
And then she murdered her principal, which made the relationship with the school a lot more awkward from
That
then on.
didn't happen. Principal didn't say anything. He was such a cool guy, and they were really impressed that I already knew like all the other things. But I asked my coworkers, I'm like, guys, why did everyone, you know, like awkwardly turn away? But they said you should show respect to your elders or like people in higher positions by turning away when you drink. So if you're the principal, I should have gone this way like this, or like covering my mouth like this.
But put yourself in this situation. Say you have the principal in front of you, vice principal to the left of you, head teacher to the right of you, then where do you drink? So what you should do is you should turn all the way around and then drink that way.
What happens if like an old man sneaks up behind you?
Another similar story that I had, I remember like we were dealing with some Korean associates and we had drank a lot of soju, and whenever you drink a shot, you usually like cling it and you take a shot. What I did by accident was when I clinged it, my glass was higher than his. And he wasn't very upset about this, but he corrected me afterwards. He said that my glass should never be above his because he's older. It should be either lower than his or on the same level. And I wanted to say to him, look, I've already had like 12 of these glasses. My motor skills aren't really that good right now. You're lucky that this shot glass didn't go directly into your face. So you should be happy that we at least touch glasses somehow.
The Koreans are really good at drinking.
Yes, they are.
We're
not so good at it.
lightweights.
So long story short, it is possible to make friends with different people at different ages in Korea, but a lot of times it's awkward for some people because they know that there are different rituals that you have to do with different ages.
And I think that those kind of like rituals or those respect things can kind of remind you that you're not on the same level. Like I have to respect you because you're older than me, and it's kind of hard to become like BFFs with someone in that situation. But don't let it scare you away. It can definitely happen. My best friend in Korea is at least 5 years older than me. Yay, support! And she said if I called her Ajma, she'd kill me. Oh.
So that's it for this week's TLDR. If there's a question you want us to answer for next week's TLDR, leave your question in the Google Moderator page.
Or you can check out the questions already asked, and you can thumb them up or thumb them down.